Chers partenaires de NEEMA, bonjour tout le monde.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Tout d'abord, je me présente. Je m'appelle Tiscar Ortega, je suis project manager du projet et je vais animer cette première partie de la journée. Je voulais tout d'abord vous souhaiter la bienvenue à cette réunion en ligne de lancement de notre projet, renforcement des capacités dans l'enseignement supérieur par le biais du développement d'un programme d'études sur la résilience alimentaire et nutritionnelle adapté au pacte vert.
Adapted to the Green Deal for Europe within the strategy Farm to Fork adapted to West Africa. We know it better as NEEMA. Around this project, we are 14 partners, 14 institutions from Europe or from Africa. This project is been funded by the European Union within the Erasmus Plus program to build capacities in higher education with a grant of 800,000 euros. As you could see in the program, this meeting is organized in two parts. First, to have an overview of the project, which is the context, the goals, the guidelines, and the roles of the stakeholders. In this sense, we will hear the presentations of 7 speakers. Now, I want to extend my introduction, and I will turn to Carmen Vargas, the Vice Rector of Institutional Protection and Internationalization of the University of Seville and General Coordination of Elysius Universities. Carmen, over to you. You have 15 minutes.
Thank you very much, Tiscar. Hello, everybody. First of all, I would like to say that I am extremely happy to be here in the kickoff meeting of the project NEEMA. First, I would like to congratulate to all the team of the partnership that has been involved in the presentation of the proposal that was successful. And I think that today we have a very important day for us. It's a celebration day on the one hand because we are celebrating our kickoff meeting, but it's also a very important and strategic day because from now we have to start implementing the activities of NEEMA. So as Tiscar said, I am the general coordinator of Elysius. Elysius is a European university, one of the European universities that have been selected in the framework of the European Universities Initiative. And what I would like to more or less, let's say, present to you here in this first part section of the kickoff meeting is an introduction to the European Universities Initiative, in which Elysius is included. Then I would like to tell you some words about which is the international cooperation strategy and how NEEMA is integrated in this strategy. So obviously NEEMA goes beyond Elysius, but it was born, it was conceived within the framework of Elysius. Although let's say among all the Elysius partners, five Elysius partners are belonging to NEEMA. So to start with, the European Universities Initiative is one of the flagships that now have the European Commission in the framework of the strategy for the European universities. It is very important to remark that this is something like a one step beyond within the Bologna process. In the development of the European higher education area, we have several steps. The first one was the Erasmus program, that probably is the most known program according to, I mean, the education in Europe, because it's mobilizing students and researchers and so on, and has done a lot for the European unity and values. So I think that with Erasmus, we have now more than 35 years process developments. And after the Erasmus, the Bologna process followed with the restructure of the higher education institutions, mainly from the structural point of view, and I will explain it a bit more in detail. We decided in Europe that we will have the three same levels, academically speaking, the bachelor, the master, and the PhD. And this was not, let's say, unique before the Bologna process started. Then we also developed the quality assurance systems of the universities, and we also decided that the academic money for all the students was the ECTS, the European transfer credit system, and we transformed all the degrees to this system. But still, we have many barriers in Europe. Some of them are legal, and some of them are, let's say, sometimes conceptual, because even if we are in Europe, we have and we don't have common understanding on what academic recognition is, for instance, or to what is an international joint degree, for instance. So the European Commission, upon one speech by the President Macron in 2017 in La Sorbonne in Paris, decided to go beyond the Bologna process and started the European Universities Initiative. So these are alliances that are transnational. That means that are having different universities from different countries in Europe that are supposed to be paving the way for the future of Europe. And really, these are based on three, let's say, main building blocks. The first one is the long-term strategy. That we have to envisage our European universities at the long term by implementing joint, let's say, activities and going through developing what they are calling the European inter-university campus, in which the students and the professors are freely moving around our universities with automatic academic recognition, which is something which now is an utopia. We don't have it yet in terms of automatic. And this is also very important that and is the third pillar, is that we are supposed to be creating the knowledge in terms of academic offer and also in terms of research and innovation, but not only by academics, not only by professors. They are claiming that we should use what they call the quadruple helix. We should include our authorities, the local and regional governments, the society, the citizens associations, the companies, the industrial tissue, and also the students for co-creating what they call interlinked education, research, and innovation. So the initiative started with different calls, different pilots, and so far this is the state of the plate. We have 50 alliances in all Europe, including 35 countries of 27 member states. They are accompanied by associated partners, including companies and regional and local governments and citizens associations in order to progress within the Bologna process. And in this pipeline, it is now we are in 2024. The last call was launched in autumn 2023. So in 2024, we will be 60 alliances in total. And this will be the end of the process of the European Universities Initiative. In 2025, we will not have any call. And beyond that, we are seeking for extra funding coming from the next, let's say, pluriannual financial program. So Uliseus was selected in the 2020 call, and then we renewed our alliance in 2023. So we are now one of the 50 European university alliances that I mentioned before. This is just to let you know how the alliances are covering more or less the whole Europe map, and because every dot is one university, so this is coming from one application in the European Commission webpage, and this is representing all the universities that are now belonging to the European Universities Initiative. And if you go in this interactive map into the webpage, you will be able to click on Uliseus, and you will see that Uliseus is an alliance which is now composed by 8 universities. The University of Seville, I mean, this is the first one because we are the coordinators, and then we have the Université Côte d'Azur in France, the University of Genoa in Italy, the Technical University of Košice in Slovakia, the Management Center in Innsbruck, Austria, the Hakelia University of Applied Sciences in Finland, and these 6 are the first, let's say, the members of the first stage of Uliseus. And then in this second stage, the University of Münster in Germany and the University of Montenegro in Montenegro have joined the alliance. So in total, we are 8 universities seeking to develop an excellency recognized and very much persons-centered, entrepreneurial and internationally attractive European universities for the citizens of the future. This is our motto, and this is what we are dreaming of, to prepare or to have the best prepared European citizens of the future. And this is the way we envisage to develop our university in different steps. Step 0 was the beginning of everything, preparing the proposal, the first proposal. Step 1 was the previous phase of Uliseus, in which we were mostly making plans, designing and preparing and implementing the first pilots. Now we are in step 2, covering the years 24 to 27, and this is what we call the consolidation phase. So we will go from plans, from pilots, to more tangible things, to more degrees, to more research and innovation, to more mobilities, etc. And then
5 minutes,
we will
Carmen.
have to, sorry?
5 minutes.
Sorry? 5
minutes.
Okay. Thank you very much. And then we will have to rethink Uliseus. So this is a very nice picture that we took when we were in Brussels preparing the second phase of the proposal. We were very happy because we were pretty sure that we will manage to got the proposal, and obviously we did it. So we now are entering in the second phase, and you will see here, I will not go into detail into this table, but this is just to let you know that we are very different. We are very different in terms of age, in terms of scope. We have comprehensive universities, but also technical and universities of applied sciences. We are multilingual. We speak many languages, and we are also different capacities for innovation. We say that we are different, but we are complementary, and this diversity but complementarity is one of the Uliseus strengths. And this is our campus. We have a campus in which we have, let's say, our central resources spread into different locations in the campus. The central management office is spread between the University of Seville with the general coordination unit and the dissemination unit. And then we have the digitalization unit at the Université Côte d'Azur, the project office also in Nice, and the mobility office in Innsbruck. The digital platform, which is a unique feature of Uliseus, giving digital solutions to all the digital activities on Uliseus, is located in Nice. And then we have the Uliseus Students Association in the Technical University of Košice, and one innovation hub in every partner university with research facilities, incubators, and living labs, etc. It is important to remark that we decided to select topics for education, research, and innovation. You have these topics on the map, and the selection was done according to the alignment with the smart specialization strategies of our cities and our regions. So we are very much involved in regional development. So this is our work package structure for phase 2. I will not explain anything concerning let's say education, research, innovation, but I will go directly to our work package 8, which is the international cooperation. And in the international cooperation, we are seeking to develop, to set up the international cooperation network of Uliseus, and also strategic partnerships. And within these strategic partnerships, we decided to select a number of regions in the world that you have these illustrated in this map. And beyond this, let's say, network, we decided to set up several branches. One of the branches has been already set up in Nanak, in Vietnam. The second one will be set up in Latin America, and the third one will be set up in Africa. So NEEMA is very much integrated in our international cooperation strategy, because on the one hand, Africa is one of the regions selected for Uliseus international cooperation strategy, but on the other hand, we will want also to contribute to the development of, let's say, African countries through specific capacity building programs like NEEMA. NEEMA, well, this is a picture taken in Da Nang in Vietnam at the occasion of the setting up of the branch over there, and NEEMA was preceded by the, let's say, the setup of the network. It's something which is also forecasted in the projects, but it's also very intrinsic to Uliseus. And this network will be used not only for implementing NEEMA's activity, but we want to use the network for further activities within Uliseus. Okay, so I am finishing my presentation, congratulating again to all the partners. This is a Uliseus fleet. We have many satellite projects apart from the main, let's say, icebreaker, which is Uliseus. NEEMA is one important, let's say, float boat within these fleets, and I would like to wish you a very fruitful and a wonderful sailing within NEEMA, a wonderful journey hand by hand with Uliseus. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carmen. Merci, Carmen, pour cette vision de contexte des alliances.
Merci pour cette, thank you for this vision of context. Thank you for showing us the strategic importance. So now I'll turn over to Miguel Angel Martin. You have 15 minutes. You're our project coordinator. Thank you so much, Tiscar, for your work, for this project. Thank you so much to the vice presidents, vice rector. Thank you, Carmen, for the internationalization, because the support from the University of Seville is key to implement this project, which is very important. The Africa is the closest to Europe. It's a big continent, true, but for us, for Spain, we are at the south of Europe, but for all Europe, it is the closest continent, and this is a strategic region right now, but even it's been the case for a long time. So we've received a positive assessment so far. So I want to share my screen, my presentation. I think it's a great opportunity for inter-university cooperation against a key challenge. It's a great issue within the international agenda. Okay. So it is an ambitious project and very important issue that we want to highlight is that there is already a cooperation between the University of Seville and African partners in Mali, in Burkina Faso, and Niger, and in Senegal too. We have conventions that already exist. We have a project that it has been very important. We've reached great impacts in the doctoral training, and 4 professors have been trained for the University of Thomas Sankara and the Legal and Science of Bamako University. So the relationship has been pre-established. It is key. So since we could do this without much funding, well, with the NEEMA project, we can obtain a lot. It's important to emphasize also that our project has been supported, and it's another project, Net to Africa, cross-sectional project with research on agri-food sector, interdisciplinary. We could highlight the role of Professor Baret Musa, a great professor, and he conducted his doctorate in Spain. And this project is key too. This research will serve as basis for NEEMA, but it would be good in the future to delve into these kind of things. So we want to build capacities in higher education in 4 countries with 2 partners in each country with complementarities, like you said, the vice president of the university with Uliseus. Right now, we are implementing this capacity, strategic capacity, but it is a beginning to build a long-term future also. We want to support our regional partners in key issues like food, nutrition, strategic areas for European Union Africa cooperation. It's true that we need to know the capacities in each region, in Africa, in Mali, in Burkina, in Niger, in Senegal. They have a culture and tradition for food and nutrition. So we have to highlight, we have to promote them. They have this capacity to feed their people, their food sovereignty. So within these capacities and within the capacities of the higher education institutions, it's good to build, to strengthen capacities. We know already that strong cooperation already exists that will build upon this, from the doctoral training and Net to Africa. We can also deepen this partnership. And so we need to know that the issue is strategic: food security, food safety, sustainable food system, eradication of hunger and malnutrition. So NEEMA is our title. It means food in Po, in this regional language. There are many people speaking Peul. Peul is one of the ethnic group in the region. It's important knowing that there is a tradition, historical tradition, very strong. There is a public policy, strong, with support, with European partnerships, and the university have a key role. So we could build upon this to develop synergies with FAO, with the European Union in the region. There are people from Seville that are present in the European Union offices. Now, another key issue, why this project? We prepared it with all the partners, all the stakeholders in Africa, in Ulysses. Our workshop was conducted in June to prepare the project, and we observed there was a need to adapt the strategy from the farm to the fork to the context in West Africa. So the European Union has the same problem regarding food and agriculture. You could look at the protests that have been heard this week. So the public policies regarding agriculture it's a complex issue, and the climate change is linked to it too. So it is a great challenge, and for African countries too. This is a global issue. This project is innovative. We can learn from each other. We want to strengthen food policies through the universities. We could observe there was a need to strengthen, to build the capacities of higher education institutions, and we want to look at the results we want to obtain regarding the capacities of higher education institutions regarding food and nutrition. With a university answer, universities are very respected. You have 5 minutes left. In Mali, in other countries, universities are very respected, and they have a great influence. So this is key to build this capacity there. The project is divided into 5 working packages that we will introduce right after that. We will hear each leader. I just want to say that we want to draft reports, recommendations about food and nutrition resilience. We have time for this. In the working packages introductions, we'll see this. We have the capacity to prepare all this. The pilot initiative too, about social innovation with some partners that have a lot of experience in the field, with Professor Eisenberg to the strategic issue for Africa. There aren't so many links between European universities and West African universities. Senegal may be a little bit more, but it is a key issue in this project. yeah, you can see here at the reports. We will conduct all this within the project. But I wanted to focus on 4 points, 4 items, 4 key items. What we want to focus on, our capacity to carry out synergies, develop synergies is very important. The University of Seville will prepare on Monday, I think. Yeah, I'll meet Professor Trigo. Send the mobility template. It is a connected project. It's already underway. So I think this is great too. Mobility for teachers, for students, another synergy too, with many possibilities. FAO is one of the partnerships. We are a member for the Observatory of Food Rights. There is one in Latin America. Within the results of this project in work package 5, there's a possibility to establish connections with FAO to create an observatory for food rights within West Africa that could be great to receive the support of the international community. So yeah, step by step. Another key issue, complex. I think we can develop a team work. At first, it looks complex, but the key will be to work within teams. And I think the steering committee will clarify a lot without any problem, without any pressure. We can progress step by step. I think the whole team is complementary, and we have a good knowledge of the issue.
So it's good to use the working meeting at the most. We've already had some informal meetings and the possibility of having the first meeting in Dakar, which is extremely important, in July. This is something that has to be materialized later by the steering committee. Also, it is important to keep contact in the monthly meeting of the steering committee. It is also important to work to working teams for each work package. Something which is very important to me, and you only have 1 minute. Yes, please let me finish. So these working teams should use an interdisciplinary approach. We've done this before in our previous work, and this is something we already have in our teaching methodology. I've been in contact with Professor Aliana Filiol and other nutrition professors. So the team is very good. So it's good to work in teams and to rely on people that will be in charge of working with the different topics. For example, Professor Luis Perez working in social innovation, among others. So each university should have important teams to work with the different work packages. That's why leadership is extremely important. So at this moment, we need to pay attention to the most immediate questions, which are national reports that we need to produce and submit by the end of July, and also risk management manuals, which is something extremely important for the university of Seville that will be explained very well by Tiscar, the first work package. So, as you can see, we have a full agenda to work, but it's important to start working. So thank you very much for your attention. Thank you, Professor Martin. Now, we will be presenting the different work packages, focusing on the different actions that we've been developed for the next 3 years. If you're not familiar with this kind of projects, so work packages are the working lines that concentrate tasks and activities to be conducted in order to obtain results. The working dynamics of NEEMA is organized in 5 work packages. The first and the fifth are cross-cutting work packages, and the other 3 will concentrate the hardcore of our technical work. So I'm going to present work package number 1, coordination and management is its title. I'm going to share the screen now. So, as we said, work package number 1, called Management and Coordination, is coordinated by the University of Seville, and Miguel Ángel Martín is the project coordinator, and myself is the project manager. I am the project manager. For this work package, we have 4 goals. The first is to ensure management and an appropriate coordination of the project and all of the activities of the project. I don't know exactly why I couldn't see, well, the screen says the speaker. So, as I said, ensure management and the coordination of the project and activities is appropriate, ensure appropriate communication and collaboration of the partners in the project and between the consortium and the agency, the European Agency for Education and Culture, EACEA, and exchange information, manage technical and administrative things, and make sure the consortium works well. For this goal, we need to highlight that work package 1 is a cross-cutting work package that will last throughout the project from month 1 to month 36. So it's a project for 3 years. And as I said before, it is coordinated by the University of Seville with the collaboration, obviously, of all the partners. So the 14 partners are involved in this work package. Governance and management of NEEMA is ensured by the implementation of this work package. And we need to know that in terms of governance, the project is divided into 3 levels. The first level is the strategic level, and it's the steering committee that is made by 1 member of each partner. And this will be presented in the second session of today's presentation. Then we have an advising level, which is the International Advisory Board, made up by external experts of the project that will work with us in order to make sure and to guide and orient the full development of the project. And then at an operational level, we have a leaders work package that are responsible for each work package, by the way, and these are the institutions responsible for the coordination of each line of work. So it is extremely important to understand which are the roles of the partners within this project. Talking about the operational level, obviously. So we are going to talk about the 3 main roles. First one is the work package leader, which is responsible of each work package. This person or this institution is responsible for organizing all the lines of work. They run and monitor the collective work in order for activities and deadlines are respected, especially for deliverables. Then we also have task leaders. they have the same responsibilities as a work package leader, but at a task level for each work package. And then we have the participants, meaning partners involved in the conduction of activities monitored by the leader of each work package. So these roles are extremely important, and we need to understand them very well. As we mentioned, and Professor Martin mentioned, it is a collaborative project, so it is extremely important to be fully involved from the beginning in all the tasks. Now, in terms of the tasks of this work package, it's important to highlight that there are three important tasks in this work package, which are the tasks coordinated by the University of Seville. So first, governance, which encompasses all the activities for the good management of the project, meaning administrative management and the steering committee, the preparation of a management manual, communication with the European executive agents for education and culture, the organization of meetings between the partners, the delivering deliverables and financing, and all the reports. The second task is the scientific, technical, and integration management in order to promote, ensure, and maintain integration and consistency from its scientific point of view of all the different work packages. And the third task is risk management and quality assurance. So all the things related to identification of risks and mechanisms implemented to control the impact of issues that might arise. So for these three tasks, we have 5 deliverables. I'm going to highlight the 2 first because they are the most urgent. Of course, we need to start working from now, but it's important to say that the project management manual and then risk management and quality assurance plan, these 2 deliverables should be worked out and delivered by July 31st. All the deliverables are the responsibility of the University of Seville, as I said before, in collaboration with all the partners. Also, we have the intermediate report and the external evaluation of quality, and then the final reports of quality, external quality. Month 18 will be the evaluation of the intermediate report, and then we have, as I said before, the final report. And to conclude this work package, let me tell you that there's an important milestone is the creation of the steering committee that should be conducted in the first month of the project. This is the reason why we are here today, by the way, and we will proceed to creating this steering committee in the second part of the session. So thank you very much for your attention, and now I'll give the floor to Professor Mamadou Niantao, who is work package leader of the project leader for this work package, by the way, number 2. Professor, you have the floor. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. My name is Mamadou Niantao. I come from the legal and political science of Bamako. First of all, I would like to congratulate the entire team, and especially the University of Seville, Professor Miguel Ángel Martín, Tiscao Ortega, and I would like to congratulate the Vice Rector, the Vice President of the University. I think it's a good opportunity for our countries because we all know challenges related to food and to higher education, as Professor Martin mentioned during his presentation. That's why this project is very important to us, because we know all the challenges. So for conducting this project, for developing this project, the University of Legal and Political Science of Bamako is going to coordinate work package number 2 at study programs on food and nutrition resilience. The choice for this topic is important for the university, and I've been appointed as a coordinator on behalf of my university. So there's a work package, which is going to be the hardcore of our job, and the goal is to develop a new program to make sure that food and nutrition resilience systems are consolidated in Sahel, especially in Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and Senegal, in this Western Africa region, considering the impact of the Green Deal, the European Green Deal, and the strategy from fork to table. More specifically, our concrete work will consist of analyzing the challenges of food and nutrition resilience in Western Africa, to develop innovative and adapted curricula on food and nutrition resilience, and to develop a group of tools of this nutrition and food resilience for professors, decision makers and associations, and also conduct activities concerning this. So which are the actions assigned specifically to our universities within this work package number 2 framework? First of all, we need to come up with a report on food and nutrition resilient policies for Mali, and also analyzing challenges in terms of food and nutrition resilience in Mali, coordinate, monitor, and consolidate the other 3 reports from Niger, Senegal, and Burkina Faso, and finally, recommendations on challenges in food and nutrition resilience in Western Africa. So, work package number 2 has the different tasks. The first, as Tisker mentioned, is to analyze the challenge of food and nutrition resilience in Western Africa, per country, for the entire region as well, in the description area. So it's a work that will be teamwork, really. So we need to work on our own, but also as a group, and this will be conducted thanks to the coordination between the different university and the University of Bamako and the University of Seville. So these are the tasks that are related to the goals, and of course I cannot go into all the details of the description, but you have the description on the screen. The second task is also coordinated between the different universities in order to develop study programs at a regional level adapted based on the food and nutrition resilience in Western Africa and in Sahel. So the goal is study and to see whether or not food and nutrition resilience is developed in the region, and this will be done in cooperation with all the partners. And there will be obviously an oversight of all the work done by the partners. The third task is the working tools on food and nutrition resilience mentioned before, and is developed in 4 sections, as you can see in the description part of the slide. So training, online training, that will be conducted by the University of Seville together with Côte d'Ivoire University. So these online training courses will be supported by the partners, namely the African universities. So, which are the deliverables? As you can see here, the deliverables are, first of all, the reports of the 4 countries. The 31st July 2024 is the deadline. The responsible organizations are the 4 countries. The University of Bamako, as I said at the beginning, is in charge of coming up with a report on recommendations on the challenges, on the food and nutrition challenges in Western Africa. Other deliverables are the tasks concerning best practices of the European Union in food and nutrition, also the study programs for different month, and also the toolbox for month 36, and then some other months of transition. In order to be more practical, so we are going to propose, and I highlight propose, an operational schedule. So in order to come up with all this, as Professor Ortega mentioned, there will be formal and informal meetings to work with all the activities of the work packages. So for the first task, we proposed a professional schedules that will start the first month from now till the end of the month, and a meeting will be conducted with the countries that will have to come up with a country report. The second month, the methodology will be adopted, and data will start to be collected. The third month, analyze and write reports, and the fourth month will be devoted to writing the country reports. But this is a proposition. I'm sorry. The president of the university and some of the professors said that we need to come up with a schedule to come up with all this because time flies. So we need to start working. That's why we proposed the schedule. The milestone, as I said before, is a copy of this curriculum in English and in French for the online version that will be accessible by the NEEMA platform. And the responsible for that is the University of Seville. And the deadline was on the screen. So this work, which is obviously a collaborative job to be done, and as Professor Miguel mentioned, it's a multidisciplinary approach that we need to have. So we will have three internal teams. First team will be responsible for researching and coming up with the reports. The second team will be in charge of the monitoring and to determine quality assurance strategy and the working strategy. And the third team will be in charge of the administrative management. So we created these three teams at the beginning in order to start working with the project. So that's all we wanted to say in terms of work package number 2. And on behalf of the University of Bamako, thank you very much for your attention. Thank you. Thank you, Professor Nguyen Tao, for your presentation. As you can see, this work package is the biggest, let's put it this way, work package within the project, together with the third work package. I don't know if we have a technical problem. I don't know if Professor Eisenberg is going to present work package number 3. Are you with us or not? Yes, I am with you. Okay, good. So I'll give the floor to Professor Eisenberg from the Applied Science University of Ghent that will present work package number 3 on social innovation. So Professor, you have the floor. Okay, thank you. As the other did, and in order to respect and stick to the timing. Thank you for giving me the floor. Thank you for the preparation work you've done. I can only congratulate all the people who have been working hard for the project. Work package number 3 deals with a project pilot on social innovation in the field of food and nutrition resilience in relation with governance and consolidation and reinforcing the role of women in rural environments. The goals of this work package are develop a pilot initiative, a project on food and nutrition resilience in Western Africa, and especially in rural areas in Western Africa, and to study the food chain and study food and nutritional resilience in terms of governance and the role of women in rural areas. As you can see, there are 2 important elements within this work package. I would like to start by the first aspect, governance and reinforcing and the capacity building of women in the agricultural sector. Okay, thus this is the work package. I also described the goals. Now I'm going to also describe the content of the work package, and I was precisely at this slide before when I stopped. So we are trying to find a link between a local governance structure and the measures at a local level with the local partners in order to work on resistance and climate change. And the responsible for that is the University of Cal, but also the University of Tawa, the University Atemumuni of Niamey, the University of Chant Antajuk from Dakar, the University of Bao from Dakar as well, and the University Thomas Sankara of Ouaga, the Polytechnical University of Baba, and the Legal Science and Political Science University of Bamako, and the Polytechnical and Rural University IFRA. I visited this university and I saw the work they do. It's impressive. So these are the activities to be developed, and analyze the existing local governance structures and try to find a link with the organizations that support sustainable sustainable agriculture for local producers in the 4 countries. Analyzing the needs of the small farmers and other local actors, for example, local management and municipal personnel and the technical services of the state at a local and regional level, the traditional chiefs, ONGs in the 4 countries. Studying the implementation of local governance organizational models so that local groups can support small farmers, and we will conduct a research within this framework. We have already researched and we have some local situations, and then we need to identify new activities in also developing online training modules together with the groups and local organizations in order to train coordinators and multipliers. 5, contribute to development of study programs on food and nutritional resilience, nutrition resilience, as envisaged by Work Package 2, in order to promote producers' capacity and development indicators in order to measure and evaluate everything.
Yeah, it's a huge work program. Yeah, shall we keep going? Okay, yes. Then we have a work package 3.2. We want to reimagine the food system through social innovations. The focus is on social innovations. The stakeholders are the same. We want to study examples of social transformation that could transform agriculture production systems within ecosystems of a new type, respecting the constraints of nature, but also that are sustainable on a social and economical point of view. And we want to draw conclusions. The University of Seville is in charge of this component too. Next slide. Yep. The activities that we want to conduct, task 3.2, excuse me. We want to study examples of social innovation, emerging examples. We want to analyze 10 projects. We have to conduct this work. We want to analyze the results of this study to develop governance models, fostering social innovation, and we want to highlight the central role of women and women leaders in these transformations in all 4 countries. Next slide. You can see the deliverables report about the pilot project regarding component 1. This report deals with governance structures and capacity building and development measures to connect local stakeholders so as to promote an agriculture production, agri-food production, sustainable and resilient, with syllabus of training models. And we want to propose curricular contents about local governance and development, and to build capacities for women in rural sphere. We will carry out this activity within the next 36 months. The University of Partner 11 is in charge. Then we will draft a model of social innovations regarding food safety and local governance. From the report that will be public within 36 months. The University of Seville is in charge, I think. Next slide. We haven't filled in this schedule. This is our next task. Sorry. Next slide. It's the same for both components. We will hold joint meeting with the representatives of each African university. We'll work on it on March 6th about the 3rd work package. We'll meet at 2 p.m. European time, which is 1 in universal time. We will decide the methodologies and the criteria to analyze case studies. We will identify case studies in all 4 countries. We will decide the settings for the research, who has to do them. We will identify responsibilities. We will identify and analyze documents. We will predefine these documents and where we need to look for them. We want to develop questionnaires to interview experts and other stakeholders. We want to leverage these, use these interviews with experts, and we want to analyze the results of the observations and draw conclusions to find together to identify solutions for the future. Next slide. Our work team is myself as a leader. Catherine Schindler is the deputy leader. Shilan Staff is a member of the technical team. And Philippe, and we don't know yet who's going to come from the team in Seville, but we will work on this and to decide on common methods to share this work package. Yeah, next, that's it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Professor Eisenberg, for this presentation. Now, yeah, we're good. On time. Oh, yeah. Almost early. Yeah. Okay, I will give the floor to Professor Lucia Ndion. She's the director of Krela in the Czech Ontario University of Dakar. Professor, the floor is yours. Thank you very much. So, hello everyone. My name is Professor Lucien Dion. I'm in charge of a work package 4 on behalf of University Czech Ontario of Dakar in our Center of Research about African law. So thank you to the management team. Thank you for trusting our institution. And thank you to our university. So the work package 4 deals with strengthening synergy and cooperation. The goals are, among others, manage the creation of a regional network about food and nutrition resilience. To facilitate the implementation of this network, we want to manage the organization of a regional political dialogue about the role of higher education institutions, about the challenges of food and nutrition resilience in West Africa. We want to identify the partners in this topic. In Europe, people interested by projects, joint projects of research and training. We want to manage the preparation and the signature of agreement protocols between EU partners and West Africa regarding food and nutrition resilience. And we want to implement and develop the communication strategy and the diffusion strategy of NEEMA. Within this work package 4, we have 4 tasks. The first one includes the creation of a regional network, like I've just said. This network will include ECOWAS universities, farmers and consumers associations, and NGOs and other stakeholders. more details, the partners of NEEMA will develop a strategy to incorporate new members within the network. Within the development of strategies, we have different activities, an action plan, and a strategy, the agreement model and agreement protocol. We want to prepare adapted to the needs of the network to facilitate the participation in future collaboration projects. We want to sign agreements within the partners. Our university in Dakar will play a key role in it. The fourth activity, the creation of a regional academic network about food and nutrition resilience. Yes. Regarding the first task, I want to specify that the leader is the University of Seville. For the second task, we want to organize a regional political dialogue about higher education institutions, about their role in these challenges in West Africa, about resilient food systems. So that is a forum of regional political dialogue within institutions and partners, discussions about construction mechanisms for resilient systems to foster human development. We want to discuss the impact of the European Green Deal and of the strategy from the farm to the fork on the African food system. And we want to implement mitigation measure for sustainable development. And we want that African and European universities can study the results of key processes to identify their roles and support strategies to political challenges. So 2 universities of Dakar will lead this task within NEEMA project. Task 3, we will identify the partners for food and nutrition resilience in Europe, those that are interested by joint projects in research and training with West African partners, leading the University of Côte d'Azur and MCI in Innsbruck. MCI. So we want to define the selection criteria of possible partners. We want to identify research topics, and we want to draft a common roadmap and meta mapping. We want to identify the partners that want to develop collaboration programs between universities in Europe and in ECOWAS area. Task 4, agreement protocols and preparation signing will lead the University Sheikh Aranda in Dakar. We will define the framework for negotiations between the current and future partners of NEEMA. We will express converging will between the stakeholders with common guidelines within the action areas identified in the roadmap, but that could go beyond that. We want to have useful tools to explain the communication protocols, the information that we share, the reports, confidentiality issues too. It is very important and delicate, I think. The University Sheikh Anta Diop of Dakar will lead this task, And then we have the whole aspect of deliverables. First, a report on regional academic network about food and nutritional resilience. We will deliver it on month 36. So the University of Seville will be in charge of it. Secondly, the Strategy and Action Plan NEEMA about challenges in FNR by month 36. University of Seville will be in charge. Third deliverable, the roadmap for research and training partners and funding. Deadline 12th month. The University of Côte d'Azur will be in charge. And then last deliverable, the memorandum of understanding and the signed agreements on the month 36. The University and Czech of Dakar will be in charge. Regarding the milestones, first milestone, the implementation of a regional academic network about food and nutrition resilience. We'll check this milestone with the signature of the agreement protocol. The University of Seville is in charge. It will be done by month 18. Second milestone, strategy and action plan of NEEMA about challenges in FNR. Will get a copy of this strategy and action plan. The University of Seville will be in charge. The deadline, month 24. Regarding the work team on work package 4, regarding building synergies and cooperation, our team is of legal specialists, made of legal specialists, Professor Papitala, a specialist in private law, in business law in Africa, and Dr. Morfal, specialist in public law and international relationships, and Dr. Nefalik Mara, specialist of international cooperation. We are working in connection with another laboratory that works on research about food and human food. They will participate in the team during the next weeks. We are waiting for the appointment of their colleagues. We are discussing with EIIM to extend this thing possibly further. Thank you so much. Thank you, Professor Ndian. Okay, we were on time. All good. Very good. Thank you for the presentations. So, finally, I have the pleasure to give the floor to my colleague Marianne Landers from the University of Côte d'Azur. She will explain the work package 5, communication, dissemination, and transferability. Maria, you're on. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Tisca. Thank you to the University of Seville for the organization. Yeah, can you see it? Yeah, with full screen? Okay. Great. My name is Maria Hernandez. I am in charge of international projects in the University of Côte d'Azur. My colleague, Delinda Larifi, will be the leader of this work package. She wasn't available today, but we're working together. I'm going to introduce our work package 5, communication, dissemination, and transferability of the results. The goals of this work package is mainly communicate relevantly to target groups that have been identified, we might need to identify them again. We want to communicate about the activities and the results, mainly to ensure the sustainability, the impact of the project internally, but also externally to target groups in other countries, in other universities, in African countries. We want to ensure the maximum leverage of the impacts and results. Tiscar has already said this work package is cross-sectional that will last during the whole project from today until the end of the project. It is essential to maximize the impact of all this work within the other work packages. I just want to remind you that it is very important for the Erasmus Plus program to give this whole value to the results and to the projects. I just want to make sure that you know the difference when we talk about communication and dissemination. When we talk about communication, we just want to inform, to share information about the activities. So communication will start as of the first days about this meeting, for example, and dissemination is more about sharing the results of the projects, training, best practices, reports. And when we talk about transferability, we want to talk about the usefulness and the application of the results within our African partners, but also in other universities with other groups and in other countries too, if possible. Regarding the activities, the work package includes 2 tasks. First, the University of Seville is in charge of this first task, the implementation of the strategy, the communication strategy, and the University of Côte d'Azur will be in charge of this dissemination and leveraging strategy. Regarding the first tag, we need a communication strategy that is harmonized and common for all stakeholders. We will define the visual identity, the target groups, and how we want to reach them, which communication channels we want to use. Regarding the second activity, we will focus on the results of the project, how to disseminate the results to the target groups, developing relevant strategies to be efficient. We want to ensure the impact will be maximum in these groups, and we want to implement the actions. Within the call, we identified some strategies for communication and dissemination, but now we will need to reflect in detail on its implementation. Within this second activity, we want to define an action plan about sustainability for each African partner, and how at the end of the project we want you to ensure the impact and the maximization of the results. This work package is truly connected to all the other work packages because we are going to talk about them. We were talking about synergies and everything in work package 4 mainly. For deliverables, first communication tools and website launching. University of Seville is in charge. Deadline 6th month, end of July 2024. Second deliverable, the communication dissemination use plan. We will compile all the strategy in it. For transferability 2, the University of Côte d'Azur is in charge of this deliverable. The deadline is month 6 also, and 2 other deliverables at the end of the project, month 36. We will compile all the communication and dissemination activities along the project. This is very important. We will talk about it later. We need to store all the evidence. So 5.3 articles, Congress, and 5.4 all the literature, newsletter, all the evidence about communication and dissemination activities. The level will be public, of course, because we will talk about the documents and the activities that we are sharing broadly. Regarding the milestones, 2 milestones for the 6th month. First, the communication, dissemination, and then use plan, this strategy, first draft that we will need to define, and the website of the project. So we want to define the visual identity, the logo, etc. And we need the website with the basic information of the project, of the partners, and we will need to feed it along the way, of course. Yep, that's it. The schedule, you can see it. The work package will last during the whole project. The first 6 months, we will develop the strategy of communication, dissemination, and use, and then we will implement this strategy. That's it. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention. Thank you so much, Maria. With this last presentation, we can conclude the first part of this day. I don't want to end it without thanking all the participants, all the speakers. Thank you for their presentation. Thank you for the timing. And I want to thank other people that we can't see, but they are our technicians. Jose Antonio, thanks to him, we can share this online experience, and thanks to the interpreters, Marcelo and Leticia, that have been carrying out a great job during this day. I wanted to remind you also that we have a break. This is not a discussion space. We will resume it afterwards, but since we're on time, I'd say we could anticipate and start 10 minutes earlier so that we have more time for debate and discussion. So I wanted to remind you that for the second part, you have another link to access the meeting. Check your email. Okay? Okay, without further ado, thank you. And let's have a break. Thank you.